Because I know that you people are very perceptive, very bright, very, very cool. But I am tall, handsome, and dark. Very dark and very, that's good, handsome. That's right, that's right. And so oftentimes I forget that I look different than generally most of you, right? I often forget that. And to me, I'm just Storm. This is the way God made me. I don't worry about that. Yesterday, I was shopping for some stuff, and actually 2 days ago, and it was in Duncan there. I was just looking for some stuff, and there's in the book section of the store, and I was looking for a book, and and I'm walking by, and there's this mother and her little child, and the child is looking through just some book, and he's just a little toddler looking at stuff, right? And then he looks up and he sees me, and he does this. Right? And he's just pointing at me, and he looks at his mom, and he's and she had her back to me, and she turned around, she's like, oh. And then she's like, okay, well, all right, well, let's get a book, and so on and so forth. I am sure that's the first time that kid has seen a black person, right? And he's just like, right? And so I go around the corner, he put the book down, and he's just following me now. And she's like, okay, come on back. And he's like, and he just wants to follow. Right? And so, because it's the first time he's seeing something like that. I remember when I first came to Canada in 1977. Yeah. I was 8 years old. I was coming into a whole new world. I mean, I had seen Santa Claus, pictures of white Santa, right? And so when I came, it was around Christmas time. And when I got to the airport, there was this dude that looked like Santa to me. And so I went up to him, and this old guy, it was real beard and everything though. It wasn't even like the dude in the mall, right? And I was sure that this guy was Santa. And I was like, you're Santa Claus. And he's like, no, I'm not. I said, yeah, you are, right? And so I wanted to talk to him. It's the first time he was in the midst of the airport. He stood out to me. He was totally different. It was awesome. And then I discovered something. I look different to people everywhere in Canada. And at that time, the racial climate wasn't the same as it was now. I remember there were times that I just felt so lonely. The times I totally felt picked on. All the names I was called. And totally felt a stranger and different than anybody else. And God started to speak to me. To say, you are still my child, fearfully, beautifully, wonderfully made. Beautifully and wonderfully made. I want to talk tonight about being a stranger in this world. For those of us that have made that decision to become Christ followers, I need you to understand something right now. The whole world says, let's go this direction. But there comes Christ and his followers, and he says, I got a better plan. Let's go the other way. There's so much more in store for you. I want to talk about the cost of going the other way. I want to talk about the privilege and the benefit of being a stranger in this world, going the other direction. It's going to be awesome. Let me pray, and then we're out of here.